ます。マリアランドのマリアです。皆さんこんにちは。元気ですか？本日のゲストはアメリカ出身のマリエルさんです。働いて嬉しい。はい。で今回は話したらなんとマリエルさんのご両親この間日本に訪ねたそうなので、今日はそれについていろいろお聞きしたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。はい、でマリエルさんは一応日本語できるんですけど、今回は、より深く、いろいろお聞きしたいなと思って、ちょっと今日は英語でお願いしたいと思います。で皆さんは読みやすく字幕もつけますので、ぜひ最後まで楽しんでいただければと思います。はい。Okay, let's start.
Okay. This is first time we're filming the video in English.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so please tell us about your parents' visit in Japan. So was it first time, and how did they like Japan? Where did they go and stuff?
Yes. So recently, my parents came to Japan. This was their third time coming to Japan.
Oh.
But you know, their visits have been spaced out over many years, because the first one was before I was born in 1994.
Oh.
This is a big reason why I was interested in Japan. And then the second one was right when I had moved here, and right before Corona. So January 2020, really immediately before coronavirus. So the most recent time they came was in this April, and now pretty much restrictions for coronavirus are over and people not wearing masks as often. So yeah, it was a good time for them to come here again.
Yeah, and actually in our last videos, maybe somebody didn't watch it. One of the reasons why Marielle came in Japan was her parents' memories talk about Japan, right?
Yeah. So probably the biggest reason I felt comfortable to move to Japan, even though I had never been here when I moved to Japan, was because my parents had come here and really liked the country. So yeah.
So how did they like it, and where did you go last time when they came?
Yeah, so of course every time they've come to Japan they really enjoyed it, and this time we decided to do some different things. So I mean, I live in Tokyo, so of course they came to Tokyo. They got to see where I'm living, and then together we went to Sendai. I had never been to Sendai either, and when we were in Sendai, immediately I made them try a zunda.
Zunda? Oh.
Yeah, so a zunda shake. I had zunda shake. My dad had zunda shake, and then my mom, she can't have milk. So she had the zunda mochi. All of us loved it. And then the next day we went to Matsushima Bay. So that was really beautiful. We went to, I believe the temple name is Zuiganji. I believe so. It's a temple in Matsushima Bay. And we walked on one of the islands, and it was very nice.
So northern part of Japan, right?
Yeah, and then after that, the next day we went even more north, because my parents came a little after cherry blossom season in Tokyo, so they missed it. So my mom wanted to see some cherry blossoms. She is really good at researching, so she found up north in Akita a place called Kokunodate. I had never heard of this place. I didn't know where she found out about this. No, I couldn't find the YouTube videos of it. And then we went to Kokunodate and saw many beautiful cherry blossoms and samurai village. So it was such a good choice that she made. So I was really happy she researched that.
Yeah, it's really cool, because in Japan, it's like a Sakura is moving. Actually, the most earliest one is in Okinawa, in the end of January.
Oh.
Yeah, please come next year in January in Okinawa.
Wow, yeah.
And then it's like moving northern, and about April in Tokyo, right? And more northern about May. It's in Hokkaido and like in the northern regions, like Akita. So you didn't know it, right? But your mom knew it.
Yeah, like because I think, I had never gone that far north in Japan, so I didn't really think about how, the cherry blossom's going to bloom completely later than in southern Japan. So.
And what about Kyoto? Because I know that you love Kyoto very much, and you had been live in Kyoto. So for this time, did you go with your parents in Kyoto?
Yes, so we had a really special experience in Kyoto because we were staying in Kyoto at a hotel, but we didn't do sightseeing in Kyoto because my parents have been there twice, so they were okay, But the reason we went to Kyoto was actually I wanted to introduce my parents to all of my friends because during coronavirus, when I decided to stay in Japan, one of the reasons was I had really good friends in Kyoto. They felt like family to me, so I felt supported to stay in Japan. And my parents really wanted to take them to dinner and meet them. So we had the most wonderful dinner all together, just talking for hours. All my friends, different friends, all came together, and it was really, really wonderful experience. And it was kind of strange, to think that we were all there, together, after so many years. So that
Sounds
was amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
So in total, how long did your parents stay in Japan this time?
So my parents stayed for 10 days. They wanted to stay longer, but I think my dad is very busy.
Yeah.
He was saying on the last day I wish I could stay longer, but I hope they will come again.
And didn't they want to move to Japan?
They honestly they love Japan. If all of their friends and work weren't in America, friends, family, work, everything, I think they would love to be here. But of course they can visit me. They just think it's a really great place. They don't have any bad things to say about Japan, only good things.
And what they like about the Japanese the most?
So what I believe that they like the most about Japan is how clean it is, how respectful people are, how easy it is to get around on the train. I think that people, really admire something that is different from where they're from. So when my dad went back to America, he went on the train in America, and then he sent a picture he missed Japan because he just said it was so much nicer in Japan, and he really admired that. I think that they of course right now being American, they can enjoy that everything in Japan feels quite cheap because they have US dollars. For me, I'm in Japan, so I don't really relate.
Dollars are becoming more expensive.
Yeah, it's yen right now is quite weak, so when they convert the money, it kind of feels like they're getting free money.
Oh,
so that's
they can
amazing.
draw cheaper.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of foreigners wanting to come to Japan now to travel. So yeah, いいな. I can't relate.
I understand it, but we are now in the opposite side because in Asian times, maybe 5 years ago, it was the opposite.
Yeah.
So when I just took Japanese yen and went back to my country, it was very big money.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
now it's not so big money.
No, this is interesting because my parents came to Japan in 1994. At that time, it was incredibly expensive. Like to do anything in Japan, the conversion, because of the conversion rate, from what I understand. But yeah, my parents were able to come to Japan in 1994 because my dad's friend was here, and they wanted to like take that chance, like once in a lifetime chance, to go to Japan because of my dad's friend being here. And so yeah, they ended up spending money to come here because they thought it's gonna be like the last time, but then they came 2 more times because of me,
And
because of them.
yeah, it sounds really well. Maybe for Japanese, it's not really good to hear. Like like yen is becoming cheaper, but for foreigners, yeah, and it's one of the most reasons why people come in here and enjoy now in Japan.
Yeah, but like right now it's not good for us, but if many foreigners come and want to spend a lot of money, I think it can help us. So
Yes,
it's
because
well
now we are part of Japan.
yeah. There were of course some like funny experiences.
This time?
Yes.
Recently?
Yeah,
Okay.
in the most recent time. So like I'm very used to Japan, and now I can speak Japanese. So like much better than when they came here last time. I had only lived here a few months. So yeah, so this time, yeah, I felt like I had to help them with many things, like translate at the train station when talking to the person, like buying tickets. In Sendai, there weren't many English speakers, honestly, and the menus were in Japanese mostly. So sometimes like my head hurt trying to look at the menu. But yeah, I had like funny story with my parents. When we were in Tokyo, we went on a boat on the Sumida Gawa, and my parents, they had never seen like the Asahi monument.
It's like looks like
Like the they call it the Kinunko.
yes.
Yeah, like the nickname is like the Kinunko. So I wanted to see their reaction. My mom, when she saw this, like honestly, she could not stop laughing. Like we were on the boat, like, Mom, look at that. What do you think? Immediately, like she cannot stop laughing about that. So I really enjoyed it. And then I'm so sorry if my dad is embarrassed by this, but we went to like a really nice Japanese like washoku restaurant. My dad like went to the bathroom and he was gone, and then like the bathroom was near our table, and then he said like, Mariel, come here. I was like, what are you doing? Like, why? And he was like, Mariel, like, he's like, which button do I press? He couldn't read the button, the toilet button.
Yeah,
So he
for
did
sure.
not, like, it's like a kanji. So he literally he called me over to help him. That was so funny because I really felt like in that situation that they are the foreigners and like I am the Japanese person like guiding them. But I'm so used to Japan at this point. I enjoyed like their reactions to things.
It really feels fresh, very everything like new, right?
Yeah, it was a really good feeling, and I felt for so long so used to Japan, and I was a bit tired because like it was very repetitive with no family visiting me, no friends visiting me, no foreigners even visiting. So when they came, I just felt so happy. They tried many new foods as well. They tried taiyaki, okonomiyaki, zunda, as I said, and yeah, many things at the washoku restaurant. They were just trying. Zenzai. My mom tried zenzai and really liked it. They're very adventurous. So So it was just like new experience after new experience.
Yeah,
Even for me, to watching them.
it's really great. And
Yeah.
actually, I had the same experience with your father when I came in Japan in Narita. I also couldn't read these buttons, and I was like panicked. Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
It's really like a really awkward like problem, but I think it's a problem many foreigners
Yeah.
have. And yeah, it's amazing because when I think about it, like when I came to Japan too, the first time, I couldn't read anything except like hiragana, some katakana, and sometimes it's like, it feels the progress is so slow with Japanese, but to realize like I could read the menu or read the buttons, and so different from when I first came here.
Yeah, today it was very nice to hear story and the memories about visiting your parents in Japan. It was really, how to say, very warm,
Heartwarming.
very heartwarming. And also I was listening and I was thinking about I should call my mom also here in Japan.
Yeah, it would be so many people would love to see that.
Okay, so thank you very much for sharing with us today. And 皆さん最後まで見てくださってありがとうございました。マリエルさんの YouTube チャンネルや Instagram ぜひチェックしてみてください。YouTube チャンネルに確かにその仙台からのブログとか Vlog とかいろんな動画があるので、ぜひチェックしてみてください。ということで最後まで見てくださってありがとうございました。また次の動画で会いましょう。パカパカ。パカパカ。